And as I was saying in part one, I'll never subscribe to these things. It allows us to do part two, how to erase the part one video because it's taking too much space in my phone. And of course, they did the same thing. Matter of fact, they try to create even mental models. They create themselves, same typical things they do, right? Trying to like, they have these tactics of trying to poison my brain, my thought process, where they prove themselves right. It's so stupid. But I heard this trash say they'll scream for it. Before that, I listened to how this 7-year-old child with autism was screaming in pain and even gasping for air because they were hitting her with this technology and doing these things to her to harm her. And to hear this trash, this childish shit that they contract, to think that because if she says that I'm not going to correlate to what they do to women and children, how they make them scream and harm and scream and cry, and this trash is supposed to negate that as a child. Fuck this trash. Like I said in part one, reality will collide. I will not allow this trash thinking that childish tone will negate that. They're the one harming children and torturing them and doing evilness and then calling it war or daring. Fucking low life. And I know this participant can come as in child form. Children are involved in this. Even in the harm of women and children. I will not let them live their fantasy. They're not gonna play this game where there's that war, where the torture of children is part of the war. Fuck them. Because it's sensible trash retarded is fucked up. Or let them come in. Let them do their games. I guess we have to collide for the war that harm children and women. They're truly weaponizing immaturity. It's something they want you as an individual of more mature level to just let this maturity say these things because it's part of being a children. But they are just weaponizing this. These children are no longer children because they know that as children, if they say these things, it's okay. But they do that on purpose. They really know that they are harming women and children. Their job is to negate that. It's for me, the test subject, to just not add that to the assessment, not put that in a factor here, not factor the fact they torture children and they rewire the brain this way. And there's the same people want me to look at them in this rage. It's like their job is to block out all this validation that these trash are not the people out here protecting anybody. Their job is to truly push you into insanity and paint themselves as the protectors of children. And those children participate in that. Their job is to help blocking that, stopping you from thinking clearly. Identify with this. Subscribe to these things. This trash will literally even harm children, by the way. On top of everything that validates that they do these things. Let them leave this fantasy world where they're just observers. Trash. I will never let them live the fantasy. I don't know what stupidity they were making me experience before. Jesus, it gets so bad. You see the baby with that left with no teeth? Actually, I had to put pants on because they do this thing. I sleep with my boxer and sweater. And they did this nasty simulation toward the baby, and later on I turn around. As I turn around, I'm sorry for graphicness, but that's how my brain is being rewired. I know it's gonna sound insane. Because boxers have a slip where you can just obviously to go use the restroom. My private part slips out as I'm changing side, like I'm turning around. And they're like, oh, you see, that's you see, that's because you saw the baby. They were trying to use that. And then a while ago, there was something similar like that. I don't think if the thing slipped out, but it felt like it did. And before I got out of the bed, I just like pulled down my boxer. Like, oh, you see. So that means that time you actually came. That's proof. Mapped it. They use these retards to try to make me subscribe to this stupid. This is why they use these regressed people. Now, they do force me to get these disgusting experiences. But to even find validation that as I'm turning around, my private part just go through the sleep. It's like, oh, poof. And then they're using these clowns as they really expect me to let them be perceived as this assessors. That's how stupid this thing has gone. And matter of fact, they even tried to create a mental ball. Oh, but last time you didn't think it came out. Proof. Meaning my private part just slipping out of my. That is the stupidity that I'm forced to have. And then I have the fucking most retarded people try to gaslight you. I promise. Like I said in this video, reality will collide. And don't expect much for me, because I understand that I'm just going to endure some terrible things, and I put that in their faces every day. I put the reality, what they're part of, and the stupidity, and why they utilize the special people to gaslight me. The special people who become so entitled because of others, to think that he's gonna subscribe to the stupidity. I know my brain is no longer mine. I know my thoughts have completely rewired, even becoming mentally retarded. And they know this participant is part of why they use special people like them. They're the front runners of retardation, try to gaslight me. But you gotta be strong. I thank God for being able to see the clownness, the retardation for what it is. And ask God to give me strength to deal with the psychological aspect of it. But most importantly, what's going to happen next is going to be the physical pain that they're going to utilize to try to. I think it's for them. I think in their mind, they just want to internalize this stupidity that they want me to torture. It's like, no, that's cool. That's cool. God, give me strength for the torture. And please give me the strength to deal with these people when I see them in person the right way. Thank you, God. And give me strength. To all my individuals, stay strong.